everybody, welcome back to HomeRecordingMadeEasy.com and here on my YouTube channel. And this is part 2 of our UF8 series, where in this video, I'm going to show you a couple of things. I'm going to show you how to map the controls of your plugins to these encoders so you can control your plugins with the UF8. We're also going to talk about the VPOT section, and we're going to talk about the soft key section here as well. If you did not see the last video where I did all the basic overview features and functions of the UF8, check the playlist in the description box below. And we also did an unboxing video along with the UC1, all in the same playlist. Check that below if you want to see more videos regarding this UF8 and also the solid state logic UC1. So before we get started, make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and also hit the thanks button beneath this video. If this video helps you in any way, it really does help, and I really do appreciate it. Also, I want to make sure that I thank my good buddies over at Sweetwater, as well as Solid State Logic. They were kind enough to send this to me so you guys get this review and this series of videos and the basic kind of beginner's guide on how to get up and running with the UF8. No, they did not pay me for the video. No, they don't get the chance to see the videos before they go live. And if you know anything about home recording made easy and Uncle Dave, you know that I'm straight with you and I tell you the truth. I tell you about the things that are great about the product. I also tell you about the things that don't work very well with the product and things that need to be improved. I do that on every single dog control that we've looked at throughout 2022. We've done all the major manufacturers, and I'm very straight with you, and I will be no different with this. So I'm sure this is a fantastic product, by the way. It really is a high quality product. I really do love it, but there are some things that need to be improved on it. We're going to talk about that in a dedicated video at the end of this series. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell when you see those videos. But thank you, Sweetwater. Thank you, Solid State Logic, for sending this to me to review for you guys. Now, if you want to purchase a UF8 or anything else on Sweetwater, and of course you want to go to Sweetwater. They're the best in the business with the best customer service, hands down, full stop, period. And I've been saying that for 15 years, long before I became an affiliate. However, click the link in the description box below. That'll take you right out to Sweetwater's website where you could purchase this UF8 that you see right here on the desk in front of me. And that is my affiliate link, and it does help me, and I do get a small commission, and I thank you so much in advance for doing that. But you can also take that link, copy and paste it onto your desktop so you can go anywhere on Sweetwater 365 days a year, 24 hours a day. And anytime you purchase anything, when you click on that link and then navigate through the Sweetwater website, no matter what you purchase, I get a small commission. It doesn't cost you anything, and it helps me. And thank you so much. I love you guys for doing that. Anyway, last but not least, go to HomeRecordingMadeEasy.com. We're talking about mixing. I want to give you a free mixing course. It's right on the homepage. You can't miss it. It's my gift to you just for visiting HomeRecordingMadeEasy.com. Let's get into this thing now. Dave, shut up. Okay, here we are. All right. So let's talk about a couple of specific things in this video that's going to help you guys. Number one, let's talk about the VPOT. Up here in the top right-hand corner of the UF8, you have a button that says VPOT. Press that button. Across the top of the LCD screens here on the first 3 tracks, you'll see it says send, insert, bypass, and track. I want to show you what that means. So we have our track 1 selected here in our DAW, which is our kick track. And you'll see that here in Studio One, where I've added some plugins and some sends so we can do this demonstration. Just take a look at that. If I hit the first one, it's going to say send. And that is going to bring up down the LCD screen the 4 effect sends that you see on track 1 here in Studio One. Effects 1, 2, 3, and 4. And these encoders become send levels. Look at that. So now I'm controlling the send level of these 4 by these 4 encoders just by hitting that send VPOT, okay? Now, that's one way to control your send levels. If you continue to hit the send button, if I hit it one more time, watch what happens. Now you only see send level 1 on track 1, and that'll control the send level. And also now underneath this section here, the send plugin section, button 1 is lit up. Button 1 under send is the first send level. I hit the send VPOT soft key again. It advances over to number 2, and now this first encoder is controlling the second send level. See that? Hit it again. Advances to button number 3. Hit it again, number 4. So you can either hit the send button, the send soft key 4 times, or if you have 8, you could do up to 8, as many of those as you want. Or you could just do what I do, just leave it on channel, and all 4 will pop up right here on the screen on the 4 different encoders. It's just a workflow thing. Depends how you like to work. Every DAW may respond a little bit differently to some of these things that I'm showing you. So you want to make sure you read the manual. I said that in the last video. This product, you want to read the manual because not all buttons do the same things with every DAW. Most of them do, but some of them do not. We're talking about Studio One. That's send. The second VPOT button is insert bypass, is what it says. If you can't see it on the camera, I'm not really sure. Hit that. And now what that does, it changes all our LCD screens to bypass the effects that you have on your channel or your inserts. On my channel, I have 3 plugins here. So if I press the encoder, it's going to bypass the first one, the second one, or the third one. And again, you can do up to 8 inserts. You can bypass them that way. You can either press the encoder because it's a press knob, or you can just turn it left to right, whatever works for you, right? That's insert bypass, one effect at a time. If I come to the third VPOT soft key and I hit track, this is going to give us a lot of common things that we would do to a specific track. Let me show you. So we're on our kick track, right? The first one says bypass all. If I hit that, it now bypasses all the inserts at the same time. Not one at a time like we did a second ago, but now this will do all of them, okay? The second one says monitor. That is going to turn, when you press it, that is going to turn the little monitor speaker on and off in Studio One. So when you're recording and you want to monitor through your headphones, you'd press the monitor button. You can do that right from the UF8. The third one allows you to change the input of the track that's selected. So right now, this says the input is snare top, but if I turn this, right, this is really cool for like buses and stuff. Where's the input coming from? You can change the input, right? Or if you press it, you can change it to none. Pretty handy, right? The next one is the output. Right now it's routed to the main outs, but let's say you were going to a drum bus, you can change it right here. Or you can press it and it'll go to none. But we're on main, right? So we're going out to the main output. The last 4 encoders have to do with our send levels. This will bypass the first send level, the second send level, the third send level, the fourth send level. So the track VPOT soft key is all those features for whatever track you have selected in your DAW, okay? At least with Studio One, every DAW is going to be similar, but again, make sure you read the manual. That is how the VPOTs work. Pretty cool, right? The next thing I want to show you is I want to show you the soft keys next to it. As I said in the last video, we have 5 banks of soft keys. Okay, and the way you, pardon me, the way you can program, now they already come pre-mapped. So soft key 1, you'll see when I press soft key 1, this has the transport controls here on the UF8 for Studio One. So we have rewind, fast forward, stop, play, record. We could turn our loop on and off here in Studio One. And then this one I programmed to save. So if I want to hit save, it'll save my session, which is really handy. Now you can change these soft keys to do a multiple things. How do you do that? Really simple. We talked about this in the last video, but if you didn't see it, I'm going to show you again. Come over to the left-hand side where it says 360, hit the 360 button, and this is going to pull up our 360 software. And here is our soft keys. So right now we have user banks. We can go to user bank 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, and you'll see what each key does. The first key, if I go to bank 1, is rewind. The second key is forward, stop, play, so on and so forth. The 8th key doesn't have anything, and that's why on the UF8 you'll see that the last key is not lit because there's nothing programmed. What if I wanted that key 8 on bank 1 to do something? Really simple. Hit the pencil. You can come up to DAW command and you can pick from your list of DAW commands. And again, it depends on your DAW. There's not a ton of them, but there's a lot of them. So let's say you wanted it to, oh, I don't know, you wanted to add an audio track. You can click on audio track and hit close. And now if I just close my 360, now you'll see right over here, it says audio track. And if I hit audio track, what does it do? Doesn't do anything for Studio One. Again, I'm not really sure what that's going to do in Studio One. That's probably a bad example. Let me open up 360 again. This is where you have to experiment because not all of these things are obvious here. But let's say you wanted to undo. You can hit undo, close this. I'll close my 360 software. And now it'll undo the last thing I do. I can save, I can undo. Pretty straightforward. So bank 1 has a lot of pre-programmed stuff. You can go to Bank 2 and it already has a bunch of pre-programmed things. Again, you can go into the 360 software and you can go to Bank 2 and it'll tell you what it does, right? Bank 3, Bank 4, Bank 5. So there's 5 banks and you can decide what you want each one to do. Or if you don't have enough functions that you really want to program the soft keys, you can just have it say, like right here, Bank 5, Key 8, I can just say, there's none. You can hit none and hit close, and now there'll be nothing there and there'll be no writing above the LCD screen, which might be handy. So if you're not using some of the functions that are already pre-mapped, you may want to turn them off. At least that's what I would do. But that's how the soft keys work. The one downside is I wish there were more DAW commands that you could program. There's a limited number. Again, using it with Studio One, again, your DAW may have more or less. Again, make sure you read your manual. That's the soft keys. The last thing I want to show you is how you go ahead. If we open up our plugin here, and we talked about this last time, the quick key number 3 will open up the last plugin here. And then if I use my bank buttons, I can cycle through my plugins. Now, I want to show you how you can map your plugin so you can control, for example, this EQ right here on the encoders in the UF8. So let's do that. So the first thing I'm going to do is let me come over here and let me add a brand new instance of the EQ here and just show it to you. So let's get out our PreSonus. And again, you can do this in any plugin. Okay, so here is the Pro Q3. Oh, I've already mapped this once though. Did I not? I've already mapped this once. So let me do a different one that hasn't been mapped yet so you can see how it works. It could be anything. Let's take the red light distortion. Say you wanted to map your distortion. Okay? And we want to control that with the encoders instead of using our mouse. Pretty easy way to do it. First thing we got to do, you make sure you come over here to the left-hand side of the UF8 under the Send Plugin section, hit the plugin button. Boom. And you'll see the LCD screens will be blank. Why? Because we haven't programmed anything yet. How do you program? Oh, really, really easy. Let me show you. Come up to your plugin, and this little cogwheel here in Studio One says Edit Mapping. Click on that, and you're going to see 2 drop-down boxes. Okay? Come over to the one that says Control. On the right-hand side, make sure it says Control. Click on that, and you're going to get this mapping button here. Okay? Now, next thing we want to do is we want to use our mouse to touch one of the parameters that we want to program to the encoder. So let's say the first encoder, we want to adjust the input. So if I come over here to the input and I click on it, you'll see right up here on the left-hand side, now it says input gain, and there's a little hand. Take that little hand, left click and hold it and drag it down to the first encoder. And now you will see on the UF8, hopefully you'll see it in the camera, it'll say input gain. And if I take this and turn it, look at that. Lovely. If we want the second encoder to be our distortion, just touch the distortion. It says distortion, take the little hand, drag it down. Now we are done our distortion. If we want our drive to be next, we can do our drive, take that to encoder number 3, and you'll see it all comes up on the screen here. Now we're adjusting the drive. Now let's say we wanted our output to be number 4. We can even adjust the output. Right, we can adjust that. And then let's say we wanted our mix, wet dry mix to be number 5. We can take that, drag it down to number 5. And now we have our mix. Pretty cool. Okay. Now we got our low frequency and our high frequency. We can do low frequency, could go to number 6. High frequency, could go to number 7. And you'll see it's populating the LCD screens, right? And now we have one more available to us because we have 8 encoders. Well, we did all of our major controls, but let's say you wanted to do the type of distortion that this plugin offers. Again, you can, I think you can you do that? Yes, you change it to type, take the little hand, drag it over here, and now as you turn it, you'll see that the type on the plugin changes. Pretty cool, right? Now, if your plugin has more than 8 parameters, you only have 8 encoders. So depending on the complexity of the plugin will depend on whether it makes sense in my mind to program it to the UF8 because you only have 8 controls. I don't know of a way, and again, if I'm wrong about this, please leave a in the comments below. Tell me that I'm wrong. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. Same thing if Solid State Logic sees this, and I'll make a follow-up video. I don't see a way to, can you bank over? There's no way to bank over to another bank of 8 encoders. I don't see a way to do that with the page button. I don't know if it's a Studio One thing. Maybe some other DAWs would be different, but the way I see it so far, you can only use the top these 8 encoders. You only have 8 parameters, which in most cases would be enough. But if you had like a complex channel strip, that would be difficult to do because you'd have way more than 8 parameters. But if you have simple plugins like this, it's really simple to go ahead and to program the MIDI mapping to it. Now, what's great about this is once you do it the first time, you never have to do it again. And I'll demonstrate that to you because let's say we're going to we'll delete this plugin. We'll remove it, right? I'll save the session here. Now, if I come back and I take that red light distortion and drop it on the track, you'll see that all the plugin parameters work. So you only have to do this once. And this works really well. Now, I will tell you that I have done plugin controllers on this channel in the past where you do the same kind of thing. It's done exactly the same way, where you open up this and you get your MIDI mapping box out here and you do it. And then you think, okay, great, it works perfectly when I program it. Then I delete the plugin, bring the plugin on again, and with some plugins, it stays mapped, and with some plugins, it didn't stay mapped. But with Solid State Logic, this UF8, this seems to work perfectly with Studio One. I've done this with multiple plugins. You only have to do it once. I've never had it not work after the plugin's been mapped the first time. I have seen that with other controllers though. This does not seem to have that problem. So that is how you MIDI map the controls to the encoders. And that is it for this particular video. I just wanted to show you those things and how do you do that. It's pretty straightforward. So I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully this was helpful to you in some way. Again, make sure you like, share, and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you make sure you don't miss any other videos around the UF8 and the UC1. And again, the link for the playlist will be in the description box below so you can check out all of those videos. Thank you so much again, Sweetwater and Solid State Logic, for sending this to me. I really do appreciate it. Again, if you want to pick yourself up a UF8, again, affiliate link will be in the description box below. Thank you so very much. Now, I said I wanted to give you something for free at the end of the video. Again, go out to homerecordingmadeeasy.com. Get your free mixing course. We're talking about mixing with our UF8. This is a perfect course for you. It's a 90-minute course. It is absolutely free. No strings attached. Click the orange button on the website. Get that free mixing course today. Once you're done taking that course, if you say, you know what, I want to check out some of Dave's other training courses because I dig Dave's style of teaching, and I promise you, you will dig Dave's style of teaching. You want to take one of my paid training courses, I want to give you a 25% discount. Put the coupon code YouTube25 in at checkout. It'll take 25% off any training course on my website. We have everything from recording to mixing to mastering for beginners, intermediates, and advanced level students. Check out homerecordingmadeeasy.com today. And until the next video, where we're actually going to do a little bit of mixing and put this in real practical application, I've been Dave with homerecordingmadeeasy.com. Thank you so very much for watching me today, and I'll see you guys in the next video.